Okay, so welcome to my live stream, and tonight, today, or right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you to create an engraved effect in CorelDraw. So we're going to work on wood texture, and so basically what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna show you what we're gonna achieve in this live stream. So welcome to the live stream. So in page 2 here, so what I'm going to show you is how to create this effect. So if you look at the texture here, it's a wooden texture, but it looks like it was engraved. Okay. So all of this is done in CorelDraw. And page 3 here is the Starbucks logo. So this is kind of different. It's a different kind of wood here, but it's also engraved. So that's what we're going to do. And the last thing is we're going to create a box, like a 3D box of that logo for presentation. Okay, so let me start by moving this over here to the left side, to the right side. And so I got this from Google Image, and what I'm going to do right now, because if you put this here, it's not a vector, it's a bitmap, right? And here it says bitmap. So we're going to do a trace here so that we'll make the logo a vector so that we can manipulate it here into the wood texture. So first of all, you go here and then go to trace bitmap. What I normally do is I go to outline trace and I go to high quality image. So this dialog box will show up, and then you just click on reduce bitmap. So it just says that our bitmap is a bit too large for tracing. So click on reduce bitmap and you're going to see this dialog box. Okay, so in this dialog box, you can see here you've got some options here for trace control. So I made it high detail and smoothing 25. So you can play around with these settings here, but the most important here is the colors. Okay, so the colors here, if you take a look at this one, this image or this logo has 12 colors, lighter. So basically these are the colors in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to lessen the color to let's go 5 first. Okay, I'm going to type in 5 here. And you see these two colors here, it's red, but if you look at the RGB values, it's different values. So let me say it's a different red. So my objective here really is to get 2 colors, which is the red and the white. So let's take a look if we can achieve that. So this is 3 colors, and if I go 2 colors, okay, so that's better. So you see this hatching here, so just ignore that because that will be fine. Okay, so we got 2 colors here, the white and the red, and then click OK. So now in here, I'm gonna move this over here. Of course we got 2, right? So this is the traced image or the traced logo, and this one is the bitmap. Okay, so if I put it onto a background, so I see this no white, and this one has white. And also if I go to view and then simple wireframe, see this is my vector, vector image, and this is my JPEG. So I don't need this anymore, so I'm gonna delete that, because what I want is this one, because it's a vector image. I'm gonna put it there, and then I'm gonna duplicate this. So you go plus sign in your keyboard to duplicate. Sorry, not that one. There's another texture underneath this, so I'll do Alt and then plus sign. I'll move it over here. Oops. There. Plus sign. Okay. I hit the wrong one. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. I hope it's this one. Yes, it's that one. Okay. So what will be the concept here? So the concept would be we're going to duplicate this background, which is the wood, and then we're going to power clip it to this vector logo here. But before that, we have to remove the white here, right? So if we look at our target image, it's all one piece, right? So I'm going to click on this, and then I'm going to go to ungroup. Okay, that's ungroup now, and then I'm going to delete the white, because I don't need that. Okay. Okay, so now I'm just going to resize this one. So I'm going to create another rectangle, maybe smaller rectangle, so it would look like it's there's like a border. So I'm gonna make a triangle, a rectangle like that. Okay, and then I'm going to click this one here, which is the logo, and then hold down Shift, your Shift key in your keyboard, and then select this one here, the rectangle, and then you click on Combine. Okay, I forgot this one. So what we'll do, we'll also hold down Shift and get this letter in the inside of the letter E, and then combine again. Okay, so it becomes red. That's fine. That's that's actually what I want. Yeah, so normally I just put like, any color there, because we're going to power clip this wood texture there. Okay, so plus sign your keyboard or duplicate without offset, so you got 2 there now. Okay, so I'm going to power clip this inside this one. Okay, inside this gray logo with a border. So I go to object and then power clip, place inside the frame. And what is my frame? The frame is this shape here that I created. I click, and you won't see anything because it was power clipped with the texture. Okay, but if I'm going to move this going there, you would see that there's this one, right? So I'm gonna undo that, and then I'm going to select that, and I think there's something wrong here. No, I think that's right. Okay, so that is right. And then so what I'll do here, I'm going to go to my drop shadow, click on drop shadow, and then click and then drag going down. And then while I'm doing that, the logo will show up, and then you can just adjust that. Maybe here you can also adjust it here in the property bar. I'm just gonna go 5. That looks good. And then maybe here I'll go 80 for the transparency of the yeah, and then maybe I can just move the drop shadow a bit. Okay, so and then I'm going to remove the outline and then also the fill. So now if you look very closely, you kind of like have a like an engraved effect. Okay, so that's really easy. Trace first and then go into the yes, duplicate this texture and then power clip. So if I'm going to dissect this, or you know, so move that over here. So these are the parts of the graphics. Okay, and if I click on object here and then I'm going to break the drop shadow. So that's the drop shadow. So you got how many? 1, 2, 3 layers there. Okay. Okay. So now that's for this one. So let's go to page number 3 here. So I'm gonna delete this one. So for page number 3 here, if you notice, there are 2 different kinds of wood, right? So what I'll do, I'm gonna ungroup this one, or I'm going to duplicate that because that's what we need. But we also want to duplicate this. Okay, and then what I'll do, I'm going to extract the background of this and go objects, power clip, extract contents, because you can extract the contents of a power clipped object. And I'm going to delete that. And then what I'll do, I'll put this one here on the side. I'm going to go to Google Images and I'm going to look for Starbucks logo. Okay, Starbucks. Okay, so now I found one here. Okay, I think it's this one here. Sorry, I'm just looking for a nice logo here. Okay, so I'm gonna go search large size. Okay, I think I found one. Okay, so I am going to save this. Okay, so now I got the logo now, so I'm gonna put it here first, right? So I'm gonna import. Logo here, and then I'm just gonna remove the TM, or maybe not, maybe I'll just leave it there. Okay, so now I'm going to trace this, so click on trace, outline trace, and then high quality image, and then I'm going to go to colors, and this is good because we got 2 colors. But actually, if you don't want the white, just click on the white, and then here you can see that there's like a trash can. You can delete that. Oh, maybe not. That was my mistake. Let's go back to 2 here. So let's just leave it with two colors. So 2 colors, and then we will click OK. Hello. Okay. So now I'm going to ungroup. I'm gonna put this on the side here. So that's what we're gonna work on, not this one, because this one is a JPEG or PNG. I'm gonna delete that. We don't need that. So we're gonna work on this one here. Okay. So, but before anything else, I have to ungroup this. So click on ungroup here, or Control U for ungroup, because we shouldn't have the white, right? So I'm gonna click here, delete that. Okay, so I'm gonna delete that white. Okay, I'm gonna delete this too. Delete, 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 and delete. Okay, so we're just gonna leave that there. So we're going to combine this. So combine is this icon here for combine, or Control L. Okay, that's already combined. So same as the first object that we did. We are going to create a border around this. So I'm gonna make a border like that. Sorry, not a border, like a rectangle. And then I'm going to select this first, and then hold down Shift and then select the rectangle, and then click on the combine icon here. Okay, and then what I do, I temporarily put a fill like that. So that is good. Okay, I'm gonna remove the outline by right mouse click on the X icon there. So now I will what do you call this? I will power clip this, right? I'm gonna power clip that. So click on the wood texture, and then go to Objects, Power Clip, Place inside the frame, and the frame would be this one. Okay, and don't forget to remove the fill. Okay, so I remove the fill and then try to put it into the textured wood, the other textured wood. Okay, so I have this here, and now the only thing here is to put the drop shadow. So click on drop shadow. I normally click on the center, click and then drag, going to the lower right corner, and then you can just adjust like that. Maybe not too much. You change the direction of the drop shadow. Okay. So now it's you got two wood texture, and that's it. Okay. So now let's play around with some more here. So I'm going to like I said, you can still extract the wood here. I'm gonna duplicate this and then put it on the side here. So what I'll do, I'm going to extract, right? So you click on Object, Power Clip, and then Extract Content, because I need this, but I don't need the logo anymore. Okay. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create random shapes. Like for example here, I'm gonna make shapes like that, and then maybe this one will like that, and then I'm gonna get sure, maybe star. I'm gonna go like this. Okay, and then I'm going to rotate that, and maybe rotate this too. Okay, so now I'm going to power clip this, right? I'm gonna power clip that, but before power clipping, I'm going to make another rectangle. Okay, and then now I'm going to click this, or I'm going to select everything which is inside but not the wood, right? And then go to combine. Okay, let's put a temporary fill, and then click on the wood texture, and then Object, Power Clip, Place inside the frame, and my frame is this one. I'm gonna right mouse click here to remove the outline. I also remove the fill by clicking on this no fill icon. Okay, so now I'm going to move this. Sorry, that was my mistake. I have to get the I'm gonna hit Alt here. Okay, I think I got it now. So I'm gonna move it over here. Okay, so now I'm going to again. Now here's the thing here. Say for example, I'm happy with the drop shadow here, right? And I want to apply it to this one here, to my new one. You can actually copy the effect. So if you click on effect and then copy effect and then drop shadow from, and then when you click on that, the arrow will show up. So click on the drop shadow itself. Okay, note it has to be the drop shadow. Click there and look at that. Very nice, and that's very easy now. So you already have the same properties of the drop shadow that you did here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to insert some images here. Maybe that, and then this one, and then I got 3 images, right? And maybe this one here. Sure, this one. Import. I'm gonna import here. It's gonna be big images. Okay, I'm gonna shrink this down, and also shrink this down, and this one. Okay, so what I'll do, I'm gonna put this behind those. So it's kind of like an illusion of a framed, framed pictures. You can go like this. Oops. I'm gonna rotate this a little bit. I'll make it bigger. Okay, and the last one would be this one for the star. Okay, so now we have to get this and then just put that to front. So object, order to front of page. Okay, so the problem here is it didn't get the it didn't get the drop shadow. So I'm gonna undo that. See, it has to get the drop shadow, right? So how do we do this? Okay, so maybe I'm gonna click this, and this one, and I'm going to put this to back first. Order to back of page. Obviously it's not there because it's to the back of this wood, but then I'm gonna go to objects again and then forward 1. That's forward 1. So maybe that's 4, and then I'm gonna go again to forward 1. There. Okay. Yeah, the drop shadow didn't really. It's not really strong enough to. It's not really strong enough to show here. So maybe what we'll do is. Yeah. We will strengthen the drop shadow. So here, so this is the drop shadow. So this drop shadow opacity is 58. So lower it. No, make it higher. Some more. There. I think that's better. I'm just gonna fix this. There. So it's like it's inside. Okay. Okay, so that's for this one. So now I'm going to see if I still have time. Okay, so now I am going to talk about SketchUp. Okay, so if you look at my last one here. Okay, so this is SketchUp, and again this is a free from Google, right? If you notice here, it's actually 3-dimension. Okay, I didn't put that there, but anyway, so that's 3-dimension. So I'm gonna teach you how to do this. Again, I still encourage you to learn SketchUp. There's lots of videos there in SketchUp, and this is free. So why not take advantage of the 3D here, because it's really easy to map your image from CorelDraw and to put it into SketchUp. So first of all, let's say we're going to put this one into the sides of the box that we're going to create in SketchUp. So first we are going to export this as a PNG. So I go File, export for web, and I'm just gonna call this, so we'll just leave this the settings here. I'm gonna go to save as, and I will put their sides and click on save. Okay, so now it's in the desktop. So I'm gonna open SketchUp now, and then what I'm going to do is in SketchUp I'm going to create a rectangular box. It doesn't need to be to scale because I'm not sure about the proportion, but I'm gonna show you later on how easy it is to change it. Okay, so now, so that is the surface. So I'm just gonna have to go push and pull. So this is push and pull. I'm gonna push this surface up, right? And then if you want to you know, like push this one going to the left side, so just click on your push and pull, and then you can still adjust it. Okay, so now we'll leave it to that one, and then say for example we're gonna put the side here, the first side. So you go file and then import, and then where is that picture? Okay, sides, click on sides here and then import, and I'm just gonna click here and then go there, right? But you notice it's to orbit, you just have to click this and then you're orbiting. You're not moving the object, but you're just moving your view. So this one I can adjust now. I'll click on the push and pull and click, and then I'll touch that to snap to that. Okay, so now the next one would be here. So I go file and then import. So same thing, sides, and click import, and then I click and then drag, and then I'm gonna snap there. Since this is kind of shorter, so I'm just gonna go to push and pull. I'm gonna push this surface and I'm gonna snap it. So I just have to touch this to that edge, and it goes like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna put another one. So import, same thing, sides, click import. I'm gonna click here and then drag, so that will be the same size now. Okay, so for the bottom, it's the same thing. I go file, import, where is that, sides, click import, and then I'm gonna go click and then drag. Okay, so this is the only thing here, right? This side. So same thing, go import, and I'll go to the size, click import. So click here and then go like this. Okay, but the problem is I should have made one shorter, but for now I'm just gonna show you that the imported image can also be made smaller or scaled down. Okay, so I'm gonna click on this one, which is scale, and then see this green line here. I can drag that going here to this side, and it's gonna snap. Okay, and then we're going to put this one here too. So I go file, import, same thing, size, click import, click, oops, not that one. If that happens, I normally zoom in very closely so that you could put it in the surface, and then go to scale and then move this and snap it there. There you go. Okay, so now you're gonna make a nice view of your artwork. Let's say for example you want to highlight that view, so you just have to do it like that, and then go to file and then export as 2D graphics, and then I'm just gonna save it, say 3D. It's a JPEG, and then click on export, and there. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to my CorelDraw. Say I'm gonna put it here. So I'm gonna import, and then it's this one here. Okay. Now I'm encouraging you to learn SketchUp because say the client wants to see the box. Say this is the packaging in 3D, right? And say for example, you can actually do this in CorelDraw, but it's only one view. It's not as versatile as SketchUp, right? Because let's say the client says, okay, I want this to rotate a bit, not this view. I want it more on the top, right? So if you've done it in CorelDraw, then you have to redo it, right? But if you have a file like this already, so you only have to look or change your view. Say for example, this is the request of the client, like that. Then you just have to go to file and then export to the graphic, and I'll just put there 3D2, and then go back to CorelDraw and then import that graphic there, right? So different viewpoint, okay, but it was really easy to you know, to change the view. Okay, I'm just gonna read the live chat here. Okay, Susie's here from Australia. Okay, 6:63 a.m. Thank you for watching. I know that's too early. Can you copy and paste from one side to another? I'm not really sure about that. Is it copy in SketchUp? No. Anyway, I just want to prove that we can also do this in CorelDraw, okay, by going like this. Okay, I'm gonna copy this. Let's just, I don't know if I still have time, but let's just say I am going to mimic this this one in SketchUp here. So for example here, and then I can, so say I'm gonna do this side here. The only problem here is, I'll convert that to bitmap first and then click OK. The problem here is when you're doing perspective in CorelDraw, it has to be a, I'll go to page up here. It has to be a vector image. Okay, so for example here, I'm gonna mimic this one, right? I'm gonna click here and then probably make it like that, right? So it's kind of distorted. It's not like the SketchUp, which is really nice and it's the correct perspective. That's what I'm saying, that it's difficult to do. I mean, it's in CorelDraw, you got effects. Add perspective is grayed out, right? That's because this is a JPEG. Sorry, it's a bitmap already. But if this is vector image, then it can. But there's a workaround on that issue, is that you trace the bitmap, outline trace, just go high quality image, reduce bitmap. Because when you trace it, it becomes what do you call this, vector. But the only thing is it's very taxing for the computer, because it really, you know, it really traces and all the texture and all the stuff. But I'm just gonna show you how it looks like. Okay. Yeah, and then you also have to have a really fast computer or a powerful one too, so it could handle the tracing. See, right now I'm not done yet. Okay, almost done. And there. Okay, and then click OK. There. Now I'll show you that you can actually make this. I've got two, right? So this one is the JPEG and this one is the traced image. Okay, I didn't really trace that good, but I'm just gonna show you that if you go to effects, see, add perspective is now an option. So you go add perspective and then you can go like this, right? Okay, I can even put it here just to kind of like my, what do you call it, it's like a guide for me. Go like this and move it up. Okay, that's better. Here, like I said, it is also possible, right? See that one? This is Corel and this the other one SketchUp. It is possible. Okay, now you see that one, you got lines. I discovered that if you go plus sign your keyboard, it disappears, right? See that one's plus sign, so I duplicated it. And so now, anyway, so I think it's still better to do it in SketchUp. Would you agree? Because it's way faster. You know, you can rotate things. But in CorelDraw, since it's not a 3D software, you can't really do it. I mean, I can trace this one, but again, it's really taxing to the computer. And just to prove it to you, I go view here and then go wireframe. See how many these are vectors. Like all of these are curves and lines. And that's really very taxing for the computer, right? But if you do it in SketchUp, you know, like export your sides as a JPEG or a PNG and then put it in SketchUp and then turn your view like that, that will be really easy. Okay, I think that ends my live stream. I'm just gonna read here some comments in the chat. Okay. Okay, so from Greece, from Australia, from Croatia. Very good. I'm happy that I have viewers around the world. It's actually 1:05 a.m. in Canada, and I wanna really thank you for viewing the live stream. And don't worry, this one will become a video in YouTube, and I hope you learned some techniques in this live tutorial. I mean, yeah, live streaming. Any questions or any comments or feedback? Yeah, Mr. Worldwide. Okay, you're welcome, Susie. Yes, SketchUp is one of my favorite 3D software, and it's really a good tool. I mean, it's like if you know SketchUp, 2D CorelDRAW is 2D, and then SketchUp is 3D. If you combine these two software, you are ahead of the game. You know what I mean? If you present something, package design, signage, you know, even a brochure you can actually make make a brochure look like, the folds of the brochure. You can actually do it in SketchUp. Do it in CorelDraw first, export as PNG, and put it in the sides here so that the client can see how it looks like when your brochure is folded, say 3 parts. Okay, I'm gonna end this now, and again, thank you for participating. I'm gonna have another live stream tomorrow. Yeah, same time, 12:30 here in Canada, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.